Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out over the vast expanse below, with the wind howling in your ears and the ground seeming miles away. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and fear tightens its grip. But now, imagine being able to face that fear with calmness, confidence, and clarity, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the inner strength to handle it. This is the power that Stoicism offers. By embracing its timeless principles, you can transform your relationship with fear and learn to live a life of courage and resilience. Stoicism, a philosophy founded over 2,000 years ago, is more relevant today than ever. It teaches us how to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. At the core of this philosophy are principles that, when practiced, can help you face your fears head-on and live a life that is not only fearless, but also deeply fulfilling. In this video, we'll explore 8 essential Stoic principles that can guide you toward a fearless life. These principles, rooted in ancient wisdom, are practical and actionable, offering you tools to overcome the fears that hold you back. From the importance of focusing on what you can control to the power of embracing adversity, these Stoic teachings will equip you with the mindset needed to face any challenge with confidence. As we dive into these principles, I encourage you to think about how they apply to your own life. Are there fears or anxieties that have been holding you back? How might adopting these Stoic practices help you break free? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you find value in this discussion, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Together, let's embark on this journey of living a fearless life, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism. Now, let's begin with the first principle: focusing on what you can control. Principle 1. Focus on what you can control. Imagine you're caught in a storm. The winds are howling, the rain is pouring down, and you have no idea how long it will last. You could spend your time worrying about when the storm will end, or how much damage it might cause. But what if, instead, you focused on what you could control, like finding shelter, staying dry, and keeping warm? This shift in focus is precisely what the Stoics advocate with one of their most fundamental principles: focusing on what you can control and letting go of the rest. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously taught that while we cannot control external events, we can always control our own actions and reactions. This is known as the dichotomy of control. According to this principle, there are things in life that are within our control, our thoughts, decisions, and actions, and there are things outside our control, such as other people's opinions, the weather, or the outcome of certain events. When we focus our energy on what we can control, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety, leading to a more peaceful and fearless life. Consider how often fear is driven by the unknown or the uncontrollable, whether it's a fear of failure, rejection, or even death. Much of our anxiety comes from worrying about outcomes that are beyond our influence. The Stoics would argue that this worry is wasted energy. Instead, they encourage us to invest our efforts in areas where we have power. The choices we make, the attitude we adopt, and the actions we take. For example, let's say you're preparing for an important job interview. You could spend your time fretting about whether the interviewer will like you or whether there will be unexpected questions. But these concerns are outside of your control. What you can control is how well you prepare, how you present yourself, and how you respond to the questions that are asked. By focusing on these aspects, you reduce the power that fear has over you, allowing you to approach the interview with confidence and calm. As we move forward, reflect on areas in your life where you might be focusing on things you can't control. How might your fear diminish if you redirected your attention to what you can control? In the next section, we'll explore how embracing adversity rather than fearing it can lead to personal growth and a more fearless life. Stay with us as we delve deeper into this powerful Stoic practice. Principle 2. Embrace adversity. Think back to a time when you faced a significant challenge, perhaps a moment of personal loss, a career setback, or a difficult decision that had to be made under pressure. How did you feel? Most of us instinctively shy away from adversity, viewing it as something to be avoided at all costs. But what if instead you saw these challenges as opportunities for growth? This is the Stoic principle of amor fati, which translates to love of fate. It's the idea that we should not only accept adversity, but embrace it as a necessary part of life that shapes us into who we are meant to become. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often wrote about embracing adversity in his famous work, Meditations. He believed that every challenge, every obstacle, is an opportunity to practice virtue, whether it's patience, courage, or wisdom. For the Stoics, adversity isn't something to be feared. It's a teacher that helps us develop our character and resilience. This mindset shift can turn moments of fear and uncertainty into moments of empowerment and growth. Let's consider an example from history. During the reign of Nero, one of the most tyrannical emperors of Rome, the Stoic philosopher Seneca was faced with immense pressure and eventual exile. Instead of succumbing to fear and despair, Seneca used this time to write some of his most profound works on Stoic philosophy, focusing on how adversity can lead to personal and philosophical growth. His writings continue to inspire millions today, showing how embracing hardship can lead to enduring wisdom and inner strength. In your own life, embracing adversity means recognizing that challenges are inevitable and often beyond your control. However, your response to these challenges is within your power. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, Stoicism encourages you to face adversity head-on, seeing it as an opportunity to build resilience and character. Each challenge you overcome adds to your inner strength, making you more prepared for whatever life throws your way. As you reflect on this principle, think about the current challenges you're facing. How might you reframe these difficulties as opportunities for growth? What virtues could you practice in the face of adversity? In the next section, we'll explore the concept of practicing courage, both in the external world and within our own minds, as a means of living a fearless life. Stay with us as we continue to uncover these powerful Stoic principles. Principle 3. Practice courage. Imagine standing on the battlefield, facing an enemy much larger and stronger than yourself. The odds are against you, fear begins to creep in, and every instinct tells you to retreat. But instead of running away, you decide to stand your ground, not because you believe you will win, but because it's the right thing to do. This is the essence of Stoic courage, choosing to do what is right, even when fear is overwhelming. The Stoics viewed courage as one of the cardinal virtues, essential for living a virtuous and fearless life. But they didn't limit courage to the battlefield. For them, courage was just as much about moral bravery as it was about physical bravery. It's about standing up for your principles, even when it's unpopular or risky. It's about facing your internal fears, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of the unknown, and moving forward anyway. Consider the life of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who faced not only external wars but also internal struggles. During his reign, the Roman Empire was plagued by invasions, plagues, and political instability. Yet despite these overwhelming challenges, Marcus Aurelius continued to lead with wisdom and integrity. His personal writings, known as Meditations, reveal a man who struggled with fear and doubt, but chose to practice courage every day by staying true to his values and responsibilities. In our own lives, practicing courage means facing the fears that hold us back. Whether it's the fear of starting a new career, speaking up in a meeting, or even confronting a personal truth we've been avoiding. The Stoics remind us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. Each time we practice courage, we strengthen our ability to handle fear, making it less powerful in our lives. As you reflect on this principle, think about where you can practice more courage in your life. What fears have been holding you back, and how might facing them change your life? In the next section, we'll explore how letting go of attachments can help you live more fearlessly and freely. Stick with us as we continue to uncover the transformative power of Stoic principles. Principle 4. Let go of attachments. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more sand slips through your fingers, leaving you with less and less. This is a powerful metaphor for how attachments work in our lives. The more tightly we hold on to people, things, or outcomes, the more we suffer when they inevitably change or slip away. The Stoics understood this deeply and taught that letting go of attachments is key to living a fearless and fulfilling life. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do." This doesn't mean you shouldn't care about anything. Rather, it means understanding the impermanent nature of all things and accepting that change is inevitable. By letting go of the need to control everything and everyone around us, we free ourselves from the fear of loss and disappointment. Consider the story of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. After losing all his wealth in a shipwreck, Zeno didn't despair. Instead, he turned to philosophy, famously remarking, "I made a prosperous voyage when I suffered shipwreck." His loss became the catalyst for the birth of Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes the importance of letting go of external attachments and focusing on internal virtues like wisdom, courage, and justice. In our own lives, attachments can manifest in many ways, whether it's clinging to material possessions, obsessing over a desired outcome, or being overly attached to the opinions of others. These attachments often lead to anxiety and fear, especially when things don't go as planned. The Stoic approach encourages us to recognize the transient nature of all things and to find contentment within ourselves, independent of external circumstances. As you reflect on this principle, think about the attachments that might be causing you stress or fear. What would happen if you loosened your grip on them? How might your life change if you practiced letting go, trusting that you can handle whatever comes your way? In the next section, we'll explore how living in accordance with nature can further help you live a fearless and harmonious life. Stay with us as we continue this journey through the wisdom of Stoicism. Principle 5. Live in accordance with nature. Imagine a river flowing effortlessly through a landscape, bending around rocks and obstacles without hesitation or resistance. Now imagine what would happen if that river tried to force its way in a straight line against the natural course of the land. The water would crash against the rocks, causing turbulence and chaos, rather than flowing smoothly toward its destination. This analogy captures the essence of the Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature, a guiding concept that teaches us to align our lives with the natural order and rhythms of the world, rather than resisting them. The Stoics believed that everything in the universe has a purpose and follows a natural order, including human beings. To live in accordance with nature means to understand and accept this order, recognizing that there are forces beyond our control that we must work with rather than against. This principle encourages us to embrace our role in the world, to act according to our true nature, and to find harmony in accepting things as they are. Consider the life of Marcus Aurelius, who, despite being the most powerful man in the world as a Roman emperor, understood the importance of living in accordance with nature. He often reflected on the idea that human beings are part of a larger whole, and that by aligning our actions with nature's order, by being rational, virtuous, and accepting of life's challenges, we can achieve inner peace. In his meditations he wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This reminds us that resisting the natural flow of life only brings suffering, while embracing it brings tranquility. In our own lives, living in accordance with nature might mean accepting the things we cannot change, like the passage of time, the aging process, or the unpredictability of life events. It also means recognizing our own nature and acting in ways that are true to who we are, rather than trying to force ourselves into roles or situations that go against our values or capabilities. By doing so, we reduce the inner conflict and stress that comes from living out of alignment with our true selves. As you reflect on this principle, ask yourself, are there areas in your life where you're fighting against the natural order? How might your life change if you began to flow with life's currents rather than against them? In the next section, we'll discuss the importance of practicing mindfulness, a powerful tool in Stoicism for maintaining presence and reducing fear. Stay with us as we continue to explore these transformative principles. Principle 6. Practice mindfulness. Imagine walking through a beautiful park on a crisp autumn day. The leaves crunch beneath your feet, the air is filled with the scent of pine, and the golden light filters through the trees. But instead of soaking in the moment, your mind is racing with thoughts, worries about work, plans for tomorrow, regrets about yesterday. You're physically present, but mentally, you're somewhere else entirely. This disconnect between where we are and where our minds take us is something the Stoics were keenly aware of, and they offered a powerful remedy, the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness, as understood by the Stoics, is the art of being fully present in the moment. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without getting lost in them, maintaining a clear and rational mind amidst the chaos of everyday life. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of mindfulness in his meditations. He advised himself and us to concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions. This practice of being fully engaged in the present moment is essential for living a fearless life. When we are mindful, we can observe our fears without being overwhelmed by them. Instead of getting caught up in anxious thoughts about the future or regrets about the past, mindfulness helps us stay grounded in the here and now, where we have the power to act. It allows us to break the cycle of fear-driven thinking and replace it with calm, deliberate action. Consider the story of Epictetus, who, despite being born into slavery, found freedom through Stoic philosophy. Epictetus taught that by focusing on the present moment and accepting it fully, we can free ourselves from the fears and anxieties that often plague us. He believed that our perceptions, not external events, are the true source of our emotional distress. By practicing mindfulness, we can learn to see things as they truly are, rather than through the distorted lens of fear. In your own life, practicing mindfulness can take many forms, whether it's through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply taking a few moments each day to pause and focus on your surroundings. The key is to develop the habit of bringing your attention back to the present whenever you find your mind wandering. Over time, this practice can help you cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience, enabling you to face life's challenges without fear. As you reflect on this principle, think about how mindfulness could help you in your daily life. Are there moments when you find yourself lost in worry or regret? How might practicing mindfulness help you stay grounded and fearless? In the next section, we'll explore the role of gratitude in Stoic philosophy and how cultivating a grateful mindset can further reduce fear and enhance your well-being. Stay with us as we continue to uncover the wisdom of the Stoics. Principle 7. Cultivate gratitude. Imagine waking up each morning with a deep sense of appreciation for the simple things in life: the warmth of the sun on your face, the smell of fresh coffee, or the sound of birds singing outside your window. This mindset of gratitude isn't just a fleeting moment of happiness. It's a powerful tool that the Stoics believed could transform your life and help you live fearlessly. Gratitude in Stoic philosophy goes beyond simply saying thank you for the good things in life. It's about recognizing the value in every experience, even those that are difficult or painful. The Stoics taught that by cultivating gratitude, we can shift our focus away from what we lack and towards what we have, reducing the fear and anxiety that often come from wanting more or fearing loss. One of the most profound examples of gratitude in adversity comes from the life of Marcus Aurelius. Despite facing immense challenges as emperor, wars, plagues, and political unrest, Marcus regularly practiced gratitude. In his meditations, he reflected on the blessings he had received, including the teachings of his mentors, the loyalty of his friends, and the wisdom he gained from hardship. By focusing on these positive aspects, he was able to maintain his composure and courage in the face of overwhelming difficulties. In our own lives, practicing gratitude can help us reframe our experiences, particularly those that are challenging. Instead of fearing what we might lose or lamenting what we don't have, gratitude encourages us to appreciate what we do have and find meaning in all experiences. This shift in perspective can diminish fear, as it helps us realize that even in tough times, there are still things to be grateful for. Consider how you might start your own gratitude practice. It could be as simple as writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day, or taking a moment before bed to reflect on the positive aspects of your day. The key is consistency, making gratitude a regular part of your life so that it becomes a natural response to all situations, not just the good ones. As you think about this principle, ask yourself, what are you grateful for right now? How might focusing on these things help reduce your fears and anxieties? In the final section, we'll explore the importance of acting with integrity and how this Stoic principle can further empower you to live a fearless and virtuous life. Stay tuned as we bring all these powerful ideas together to help you cultivate a life of courage and peace. Principle 8. Act with integrity. Imagine a leader who is faced with a difficult decision to stand by their principles, knowing it might cost them their position, or to compromise their values for the sake of convenience and security. This leader chooses the harder path, remaining true to their values, even when it means facing significant personal loss. This is the essence of acting with integrity, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that teaches us to live in alignment with our principles, regardless of the consequences. For the Stoics, integrity was not just a moral virtue, but a source of strength. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, often reflected on the importance of acting with integrity, especially when the stakes were high. In his meditations, he wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This simple yet profound guideline served as his moral compass, guiding his actions through the turbulent times of his reign. Despite the pressures and temptations of power, Marcus Aurelius remained steadfast in his commitment to justice, fairness, and truth. In our modern lives, acting with integrity means staying true to our values and principles, even when it's inconvenient or costly. It's about making decisions that align with our sense of right and wrong, rather than being swayed by external pressures or the desire for short-term gains. This commitment to integrity helps to build self-respect, trust, and a sense of inner peace, knowing that we are living authentically. But living with integrity isn't always easy. There are times when the path of least resistance, telling a white lie, cutting corners, or going along with the crowd, seems tempting. Yet, the Stoics remind us that these small compromises can erode our character over time. By consistently choosing to act with integrity, we strengthen our moral fiber, making us more resilient in the face of challenges and more fearless in our pursuit of a virtuous life. Think about the decisions you face in your own life. Are there areas where you might be compromising your integrity? How might choosing to act with integrity, even in small ways, help you build a stronger, more fearless character? As we conclude this exploration of Stoic principles, consider how all these ideas, focusing on what you can control, embracing adversity, practicing courage, letting go of attachments, living in accordance with nature, practicing mindfulness, cultivating gratitude, and acting with integrity, can come together to help you live a truly fearless life. As we conclude this journey through the wisdom of Stoicism, consider how these 8 principles can transform your life. Imagine living each day with a fearless heart, guided by the clarity of knowing what you can control, the strength to embrace adversity, the courage to face your fears, and the wisdom to let go of attachments that no longer serve you. By living in harmony with nature, practicing mindfulness, cultivating gratitude, and acting with unwavering integrity, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life that empowers you to face challenges with grace and resilience. But the real question is, how will you apply these principles in your own life? Will you take the first step towards living fearlessly today? I encourage you to reflect on these ideas and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which principle resonates most with you, and why? How do you plan to incorporate it into your daily routine? If you found value in this exploration of Stoic philosophy, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content that helps you live a life of wisdom, courage, and peace. Your journey towards a fearless life doesn't end here. There's always more to learn, more to grow, and more to achieve. Stay tuned for more insights and tools that will help you on your path to living a life of true freedom.